Welcome to the Pneumatics Configuration Guide. We are going to configure port mapping in the Pneumatics Internet Traffic Optimizer. Once you have logged into your device, you will see the dashboard as you can see here. When you are ready to do your port mapping, we will go to the networking menu item. We will then go to the firewall submenu and the port forwarding menu item. You will select the external interface you are wanting to utilize. For our example, we only have one external interface, so we will leave it at primary. You will need to select the protocol for this mapping. From the drop-down list, you can utilize any of the available protocols. In this example, we will use TCP and UDP for the protocol. If you want to limit the access to this port mapping, you can enter a specific IP or network in this field. In our example, we will leave that blank, so all access is available for this port mapping. If you want to log any transactions, any connections for this port mapping, you will check the log checkbox. If you want to use the Internet Protection Services, the IPS, you will check that box as well. We will not be utilizing that for this example, so we will leave it unchecked. You will then specify the source IP that you will be connecting to. If you use default, that is the IP address of the Pneumatics Internet Traffic Optimizer. If you have set up specific one-to-one mappings previously, you could set those external aliases in this box from the drop-down. We have set one external alias in our example, but we will leave default as our source IP for the example of port mapping. You will then want to define the port that you are connecting from the outside to the Pneumatics Internet Traffic Optimizer on. You can either do a user-defined field and enter it here, or you can select a specific port from the drop-down list. For this example, we will use FTP. Then you will want to specify a destination IP address. This will be a private address that is on the inside of your Pneumatics Internet Traffic Optimizer. For this example, we will use 10.0.0.50. The destination service is what ports you will connect to that internal IP address on. If you want to use the same ports that you are connecting to the Internet Traffic Optimizer with, you will leave those blank, the destination service as user-defined and the user-defined field blank. That way it will map the same ports from the outside to that device. If you want to label this port mapping with a comment, you can enter that here. We will call it device for our example. Make sure that this port mapping is enabled by checking the box. Once you click on the Add button, your port mapping has been added into the system, and you can validate that all settings are correct. We have now configured port map on the Pneumatics Internet Traffic Optimizer.